What's good, everybody? It's the Cloud with Cap Show. Shout out to the GOAT, LeBron James. Had some big news for the NBA. Luka is going to Los Angeles. Already played in a couple games. I love it, man. I think they did the greatest thing that they could do. The Los Angeles Lakers organization understands what to do in certain situations, and getting rid of Anthony Davis was the biggest thing they could do. Anthony Davis, we're talking about a guy that never goes to the weight room. We're talking about a guy that always gets hurt week in and week out. We're talking about a guy that's one tweak away from getting hurt, and we saw that. He went to the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is stupid enough to want Anthony Davis. Injury-prone Anthony Davis. I call him Wheelchair Davis because he's always hurt. It sucks for him, but it's like he already got hurt in Dallas. So look at it. He might be out for this season in Dallas. So the Los Angeles Lakers capitalized on this. A lot of people were talking about LeBron had no clue about this trade. He can portray himself as not knowing, but come on. We're talking about LeBron James here. We're talking about the greatest basketball player to ever live. We're talking about a guy that has over $1 billion. He's a billionaire. And you think the influence of him being so wealthy and just the influence on the culture in today's day and age, you don't think LeBron James had any insight about Luka? Come on. You know the management came to LeBron and said, hey, LeBron, probably a week before the trade happened, they're probably like, LeBron, what do you think about us getting Luka and trading for AD? Do you think that's a smart idea? And LeBron James probably sat there at the dinner table and was like, yeah, do it, please. Because Anthony Davis is one tweak away from, being really injured the whole season. And then next year, he's one tweak away again. We're talking about Anthony Davis, who should be hitting the weight room, who never does. It's like, bro, you need to hit the weight room. How come you never hit the weight room? Like, straight up, like Anthony Davis, yes, he's a very talented basketball player, but overall, it's just like, man, you missing a lot of games now. I mean, look at Zion Williamson, for example. He's missed over 200 games in his young career because he wants to eat whatever he wants. He's overweight. Looks like Zion eats a lot of McDonald's. Off that sheer talent, when you get to the top of the pinnacle in any organization you do here in the United States of America, you're going to have to put in the work. And Zion Williamson got there, and then he's just overeating, just fat right now, missing games after games. It's part of it, dude. It's going to eventually catch up with you in age as you get older, especially in athletics, in pro sports. But we're talking about Anthony Davis here. I was glad they did this when they did this last week, and I was like, yep, the Los Angeles Lakers are about to win a championship in 2025. LeBron's about to win his 5th NBA championship. And what are they going to say about it? What's the narrative going to be this time when LeBron James wins another championship? Probably he's going to win NBA Finals MVP. We're talking about a guy that has the most triple-doubles in NBA Finals history. LeBron James. Like that dude. Yes, we get Luka here, and Luka's knack was, yes, Luka's kind of overweight, but we remember last year he single-handedly brought the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. Like, yes, Kyrie had his moments, but come on, dude. Like, Luka was going crazy last year to make it to the NBA Finals. So the narrative of that is just crazy to me. I just think the rich get richer in this situation where the Los Angeles Lakers capitalized on this trade. Absolutely. I'm glad. They should have got rid of AD years ago. They should have got rid of him 2 years ago, but hey, they waited a little bit longer and it paid off. The Dallas Mavericks were really ignorant to even consider trading Luka. That was their main guy. That was their future. Luka's only 26 years old, and you're going to trade him for Anthony Davis? Who's, towards the end of his prime right now, really injury prone, Wheelchair Davis. Like, bro, you want him? The Dallas Mavericks? What are you guys thinking? It does not make any sense. And the Los Angeles Lakers understand, hey, LeBron James probably has a couple prime years left in his late career, even though LeBron James is 40, treats his body right, understands everything, his whole team around LeBron. That's why LeBron is still putting up crazy numbers for a 40-year-old. Averaging 24 a game, 9 assists, almost 8 boards a game. That's LeBron James at 40, which is insane to me. Like, 40 years old. Like, nobody was doing that at age 40 except to LeBron James. He understands I invest in my body. I invest in physical therapy. I eat all organic foods. I eat the best foods in the world. That's LeBron James. That's why he's still in the NBA at the age 40, whereas all the other people like Carmelo Anthony, D-Wade, those guys, like, they're not in the league anymore. Like, like, straight up, those guys aren't. Like, they were in the same draft class. So it's like, wow, we look at the longevity of LeBron James, the greatness of LeBron James, the way he changes the culture. It's crazy to me. So I think adding Luka is a huge positive. I think Luka's going to learn from LeBron, obviously. He's going to learn all the things that Luka needs to do for the rest of his career. The Los Angeles Lakers understand we're going to have Luka for the next 10 years. We might have LeBron for 2 years at max. That's it. Maybe 3 if Luka's going to be that dominant player that we're used to seeing. So I think Luka's going to, really go under LeBron's wing. He's going to learn leadership skills. He's going to learn all the things that you need to do to become a champion in the NBA. You're going to learn eating habits. You're going to know the right eating patterns that you need to eat, what time you got to eat during the day for a professional athlete, what you're intaking, everything from physical therapy, massages, all these different types of things that you need to get to the top for a professional athlete. LeBron James is going to show Luka that. And Luka was lacking that in Dallas. We saw a video last year when they made the NBA Finals. Luka's drinking a beer. And one of the Mavericks guys, executives, comes up and just takes it from him. And Luka's like looking at him like, are you crazy right now? But that's just part of it. So right now, Luka's laughing to the bank. And I get it. Luka might have lost a lot of money in this trade. But we're thinking long-term here. We're thinking legacy. We're thinking championships. Because let's be honest here. If Luka would have stayed in his whole career in Dallas, he might have won 1 championship. Now, on the flip side, you're in Los Angeles. He could literally win 3 or 4 championships. Who knows? He could really win a lot more. Especially with LeBron James, though, because we understand LeBron's towards the end of his career. We know that. He's got about 3 years left max, I think. I think LeBron's going to stay another 2 years in the league and hang it up. LeBron's in his, 22nd year in the NBA? So, that's insane to me, dude. LeBron really is superhuman when it comes to that. So, I think adding Luka is a crazy bonus who averages over 27 a game, 8 boards a game. Then you got good role players with Los Angeles right now, like Austin Reeves, who averages 19 a game. Hashimura averages 13 a game, 5 boards. And they got a young center in Jackson Hayes. He doesn't need to score a lot of points. Jackson Hayes, all he's got to do is play great defense and get rebounds. That's all you need to do. So, as a professional athlete, if you just need to do a couple things on the court, hey, your life is easier compared to LeBron James, where he's got to do it all. He's got to play defense. He's got to communicate the plays. He's got to do so many different things on the court to where the center, Jackson Hayes, you don't have those responsibilities. You just don't. Your life is going to be a lot easier that way. So I think that's going to help the Los Angeles Lakers. They got Don Kmet back, which is huge. I didn't really like the trade. They wanted a bigger guy, too. I think Jackson Hayes is fine. We could move LeBron to the 4 spot. Even sometimes LeBron can play center if he wanted to. So I'm not really worried about it. The NBA is changing. You don't really need dominant centers as you did in the early 2000s. Well, we're going to shoot threes now. Okay, you guys are going to score your 2-point dunks every time in the center. That's fine. We're going to hit our threes. We're going to live and die by the threes, just like Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry. He's going to hit a 3. You can score your little dunk bucket. That's fine. I'm going to come down here and shoot a 35, 40-footer and hit a 3. So my 3 is greater than your 2. So, it's kind of like a math equation. But, we look at Steph. He's the greatest shooter of all time. And the rich get rich over there, even though they did lose some pieces, but they got Jimmy Butler in Golden State. That's going to be interesting as well. A lot of last-second trades before the All-Star break. But I just think Jimmy Butler in Golden State, who knows? I really don't know how that's going to pan out. I don't know if they're going to mesh with Steph Curry and Jimmy buckets. Are they going to have a click, nice relationship? Are they going to be able to just, play good basketball? I don't know. Andrew Wiggins is gone now, so that sucks as well. But Jimmy Butler, I think he's going to, a new beginning. But I just, with the Heat and how the Jimmy Butler and that stuff ended, it just did not look good for Jimmy Butler. Who knows? Maybe Jimmy Butler needed different scenery. He needed a guy like Steph Curry by his side who's going to show him some ropes here. So, shout out to Jimmy Butler and Golden State and Steph. I think that's going to be great. But the Los Angeles Lakers are 5th in the West right now. They're sitting nice. They don't have to be number 1 seed. OKC's the number 1 seed out West. That's fine with SGA. SGA will probably win MVP this year. Shout out to SGA. And then we look at the East. Cleveland is number 1. Boston is number 2. So that's interesting, right? Like, let's say the Lakers do not win the championship this year and LeBron wants to go back to Cleveland. I wouldn't even mind that either. LeBron has a lot of options, but ultimately, I do think LeBron is going to stay in Los Angeles because of Luka. We're talking about a guy that can put up 40 points when he wants to. That's what you need. LeBron now, he can get assists, he can get rebounds. LeBron can focus more on defense than ever before when you got Luka, a guy that, hey, give Luka 20 shots a game. That's fine. LeBron ain't going to trip about taking less shots or scoring less points. LeBron at this point in his career is worried about getting that 5th championship, maybe even a back-to-back, that 6th championship. Because if the Los Angeles Lakers, which I predict that will win the NBA Finals this year, I do think LeBron James will come back for one more season and try to tie Michael Jordan for 6th all time. And then what are they going to say? What's the narrative going to be then? Oh, MJ's the greatest of all time, but come on, bro. Like, if you really understand basketball, you understand that LeBron James is a better defender than Michael Jordan ever was. LeBron James has better off-the-ball defense than Michael Jordan ever did. We could say Michael Jordan was a ball hog. LeBron James isn't. Yet LeBron James has the most points in NBA history of all time. How does that make sense, right? The guy who's non-selfish has the most points in NBA history of all time. Like, that blows my mind too, right? Like, the narrative is so crazy about LeBron. Everybody hates on LeBron. The media, all the clickbaits, they should thank LeBron for how much money they generated over the years from hating strictly on LeBron. Like, LeBron has generated billions of dollars. Yet all the people that hates on LeBron is the reason why. Because LeBron just goes over the top of the hate, dude, every single time, which is crazy. But I really do think the Los Angeles Lakers are cut to win the championship this year. I know I said it back in 2023 and 2022. I was wrong. They ended up winning in 2020. Everybody was like, oh, it doesn't count. It was the bubble year. What did you do? Well, 5 years later, let's see in 2025. I think LeBron is locked in. I think Luka's only going to improve with LeBron James with him. So I cannot wait, man. That's my prediction. I'm going Los Angeles Lakers versus the Boston Celtics. I do think Boston's going to make it back to the NBA Finals. I mean, they had the best team out east, even though Cleveland is playing the best. They're the number 1 seed with Davion Mitchell. I get it. Yes, they're a great team, but we look at Boston. I mean, they're stacked. They are stacked, dude. And I'm telling you right now, Jason Tatum, the way he's playing with Jaylen Brown, Derek White, there's just so many great players on Boston. A lot of mismatches as well when you even match them up with the Lakers. But ultimately, when you have LeBron James on your team, that's the difference maker. Who's going to guard LeBron? Nobody. Who's going to guard Luka? Nobody. So there's 2 players right there that are going to mismatch any team in the NBA right now. So it's like, who's going to guard Luka? Who's going to guard LeBron? Nobody. Okay, so now you're already down 2 right there. You're down 0-2. That's crazy. Then we got Reeves playing lights out right now. Shout out to Austin Reeves. Please put some respect on this white boy's name because Austin Reeves is balling. Putting up 40 points consecutive games, man. Shout out to Austin Reeves, dude. I think Austin Reeves is going to learn as well from Luka and LeBron, obviously. So this is going to continue to grow. And head coach J.J. Redick, the basketball mind that J.J. Redick is, I think this is his year to win it. Your first year as a head coach in Los Angeles and you're going to win an NBA championship, that would be iconic. And what a guy to do it like J.J. Redick, who got coached by Coach K, who went to Duke, prestigious college school for basketball, broke a lot of records at Duke, had a great seasons in the NBA for J.J. Redick, and one of the greatest shooters of all time in NBA history, J.J. Redick. So I think the head coach that J.J. Redick is, the mind, the student, everything that he is, the teacher now of basketball. He understands the game just like LeBron James does. So when you mash 2 basketball minds together, they're going to take over. They really are. So my prediction is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals this year, and LeBron James wins his 5th championship, ties Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and what are they going to say next? I'm telling you, LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers, and Luka and company are going to win it in 2025. You heard it from Cap, no Cap. It's the NBA. It's the Clouded with Cap show. Let's go!